Hey guys, welcome to Tyson's Fitness Tips podcast. If you want to lose weight, increase your energy, improve your health and fitness, and look your best, then you have come to the right place. My name is Tyson Brown. I'm a personal trainer, and my job is to help you transform your body by sharing with you the most up-to-date information on health and fitness. I'm going to distill it all down for you into bite-sized actionable steps that you can take immediately to see results quickly. Now, every Tuesday and Thursday, you can expect a brand new episode, which will be a mixture of interviews with top experts from around the world in the fitness space, and as well as solo episodes from myself, sharing with you exactly what action steps you need to take to transform your health, your body, and your life. Hey guys, what's up? Guess what? My book, Ditch the Diet, is about to come out, and I want to offer you a competition about how you can get it for free, okay? So I'm holding a competition at the moment, and all you've got to do is share this podcast in your Instagram stories and tag me at Tyson the Trainer to go into the chance to win. It's that simple. So when you go into your podcast app and you can see my podcast there, you need to screenshot it. Then you need to go over to Instagram and you need to put that screenshot in your stories and tag at Tyson the Trainer with 2 R's, which is me, and that means you're going to go automatically into the running to win my brand new book. And I'm telling you, this book is going to be a game changer. There is nothing else out there like it, and it's going to change the way you think about fitness, nutrition, and how you can lose that stubborn belly fat and keep it off for good. So once again, if you want to go in the running for it, screenshot it on the podcast app, go over to your Instagram, put it in your Instagram stories, tag at Tyson the Trainer, and you're automatically in the running. All right, let's get into the episode. Hey guys, what's up? So I thought I would do a little thing called Bedtime with Brown, but it's not gonna be that good a bedtime. Nah, but to be honest, I've got my new book coming out called Ditch the Diet. So I thought, you know what? I may as well do a little bit of a recording and read one of the chapters to give you an idea about what it's going to be like. So I kind of flipped open to a random page and I'm deciding to start on chapter 4, and I'm going to call What to Eat. So grab yourself a black coffee if it's in the morning, grab yourself a tea if it's at night, or whatever you're going to do. Sit back and let's talk for the next 5 minutes and listen to me read. You're not going to talk, I'm going to talk. Cool? Okay, what to eat. How many diets have you tried in the past and managed to stick to them? If you're like me, you've tried a truckload and they've all failed, right? I'm sure you've experienced that before. So firstly, the reason that diets fail so much is because they're too restrictive. Most diet books tell you to cut out carbohydrates, tell you to cut out dairy, tell you to cut out gluten. It's very, very restricting, and you're only allowed a certain amount of foods. And so when you first start a diet, you get really excited, you practice what they tell you to eat, you cut out those foods, you feel good, you only eat your healthy, clean food, and you're feeling great, right? But it wears off over time. You steam, you do all the good things, but 6 weeks later, you're staring at the goddamn chicken breast that's been steamed, and you're like, I don't want this anymore. I've been having the same lunch for this last 6 weeks, and my co-workers over there are enjoying the cake or enjoying the, whatever they're gonna have, the donuts and everything, and you just get fed up. And what usually happens, you fall off the bandwagon. And I've experienced that. I'm sure you've experienced that too. Like, it's just what happens when we follow those restrictive diets. That's the first reason. The second reason that diets tend to fail is your environment. Does any of this sound familiar? Your friends and family want to go out to a pub or a restaurant or a cafe, and you go along and you just eat whatever they eat because you don't want to be unsocial. You don't want to be known as that weird person who's on a certain diet. So you go, oh, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go and eat whatever. Or your spouse or housemates, they have food in the house and you're not supposed to eat, but you come up from a stressful day. There's that food in the cupboard. There's the food in the fridge, and you see that block of chocolate. And what do? You go balls to the wall. When these hiccups happen and you start to beat yourself up and you think, fuck it, it's too hard, I'm just going back to the way it was, that's why all that progress you put in, that's why all that strict eating, that's why it doesn't work. Because when you can do it for 6 or 12 weeks or whatever it is, eventually you're going to go backwards. And I've been there before. So this is why the intermittent fasting approach works so well. It's because it's not a short-term diet, it's a lifestyle approach to eating and living. If you're looking to get ripped in 6 weeks, then I'm sorry to inform you, but it's going to take longer than that, and this isn't the book for you. One thing I pride myself on is not restricting myself from the foods I love. If I want to go out and have dinner with my friends and be naughty once a week, then I'll do it. I used to really beat myself over it, but After a few years of learning from some of my mentors and researching, I came to understand that life is meant to be enjoyed and you should still go out and experience things. And this is why I follow the principle of 90-10 or the 80-20 principle. 90% of your food should be whole, nutritious food that's not packaged or processed. You can have some leeway in the remaining 10% of your diet. So, your whole nutritious food isn't any of the bad food you think about, but then you do have that room for 10%. And so if you're eating 3 meals a day and you're following the 16-8 approach, which is 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating, then you're eating 21 meals a week if you're eating 3 meals a day. And this means 2 of your meals can be treat meals, let's say. So you'll notice that I said treat meals and not cheat meals because you're not really cheating yourself. Cheating means that you scoff down a whole pizza, a large Coke, and a block of chocolate in 30 minutes and act like it's the last meal you're ever going to eat. And you're thinking you can get away with it, you stand in the fridge and you feel ashamed of what you're doing. You feel guilty, you feel sick, you have breakouts, and you throw your weight loss backwards for another 2 weeks until you do it again and again. And so that's what cheating means. You make some progress and then it's a cheat meal a day and then you do it again and again and again. But with a treat meal, on the other hand, it's enjoying what you're actually eating and not feeling guilty about it afterwards. A treat is having half a pizza instead of a whole one. A treat is having a small Coke instead of a large. And it's eating it with your friends and family on a Friday night and actually enjoying it instead of hiding in the fridge so no one sees you and then you feel guilty afterwards. Now, personally, I don't drink Coke. I drink Coke Zero. I drink things like that. It's just not for me, but I still go out with my friends and have a treat meal. I still go out and I'll have something we went to get some fried chicken the other week. And this is where the 80-20 rule applies, and the 90-10 rule applies, and tracking your calories over time, because you can have those treat meals as long as you're making sure you're tracking. And this is a myth of healthy eating. Eating healthily doesn't mean it's a magic pill to weight loss. Just because you eat healthy food does not mean you're going to lose weight, like a lot of us think, including myself. There are a lot of diets out there that tell you it doesn't matter what you eat, as long as you follow their approach, you will lose weight, but that's complete bullshit. Some people say that if you listen to your body, you know exactly what you need to eat. That's bullshit too. This is because we've been brought up, the way we've been brought up affects the way we feel about food. Like if you listen to what you want to eat, you're going to eat bad foods. It just makes sense. But if you just think you're only going to eat healthy food and lose weight, then it's not always the case, because healthy food can still be high in calories, and what I think is healthy and what you think is healthy is two completely different things. The law of thermodynamics. If you consume more energy than you burn during the day, then you will not lose weight. It's that simple. There have been studies to show if you are put in a chamber and given less food than you need for the day, you are going to lose weight. The truth is, most people, myself included, are quite terrible at accurately measuring how much we eat over the day and a week. We forget foods that we eat. We usually the bad foods. We have that snack of the birthday cake at work, or the late night snacks, or the extra wine or two, or those little tasting foods that you have, and you don't record that stuff. We only like to focus on the good things. Oh, I ate chicken and salad today, but we forget about all those little nibbly bits. And so intermittent fasting isn't going to change this either. And this is why, just because I'm writing the book on this lifestyle, it doesn't mean that you're going to magically start losing weight if you shorten the amount of time you have to eat. You still have to consume a lot of calorie dense foods in a shorter amount of time, and you're going to lose weight. So this is why the food quality still matters, but you need to be aware of what you're putting in your body. Just because you can lose weight by eating less energy than you burn, it doesn't mean you can get away with eating fast food and takeaway either, because that's just stupid. Food quality is incredibly important for a long and healthy life, for boosting your mood and energy, and for certain hormone and enzyme functions, and for a better quality of life overall. This is why I talk about the 80-20 approach. All the micronutrients you get from whole, unprocessed foods will do wonders for your body, and you will feel a difference. Go and eat a large Big Mac, fries, and Coke one day and see how you feel afterwards. The next day, go and eat the exact same amount of calories from baked potatoes, a good steak, and some steamed vegetables with avocado. You're going to notice a complete difference in the way your energy feels and the way your mood is. The way those foods act in your body are going to be completely different, and the way you feel and speak is going to speak for itself. This is why I'm such a big advocate of the 90-10 approach again, because there will be times where you want to go out with friends and family or eat a bag of chips on occasion, and that's completely fine as long as you're tracking your food over time. So what do you eat? People always say, come on Tyson, just tell me exactly what I should be eating, give me a meal plan. And I always say to them, do you really want to be eating the exact same food day in and day out for the rest of your life? No. Instead of giving you a specific meal plan, I want to give you a guide and let you be the creator of your own meal. Then I go on to talk about protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And I've got little guides here about how you can be finding out how much you need to eat every day based on your personal preferences. That is one way to do it. Another way that I talk about is you need to make sure you're tracking your food over time. So if your goal is to lose fat, you need to be eating less than you're burning during the day. Depending on how heavy you are and how much weight you have to lose, your goal should be to lose no more than 1% of your body weight per week. So if you weigh 100 kilos, you'd want to be losing a kilo per week. This is a pretty good goal to aim for. When you first start reducing your food, you may lose more than that, and it's because of the amount of water that you shed from your body. Weight loss and weight gain are not always linear either. You're going to go through peaks and valleys, and sometimes they're going to say that it's higher, and sometimes it's going to say it's lower, but what you want to look for is a consistent basis. So how do you determine how much you need? Although you have a guideline to follow above by using the portion sizes that I talk about, figuring out how much food you're going to need to achieve your goal is determined by a number of factors such as age, sex, weight, height, body fat, activity level, the types of food you're eating, job, etc. You're also never going to determine exactly how much you're going to need because of the changes in your life. So what we want to look for is a ballpark number. While following the guide above and using portion sizes, you should also track your food to see if you're consuming too little or too much. Now, most guys burn around 2,400 to 2,600 calories a day. And a simple formula you can use to do is to get your body weight in kilograms and multiply that by 30. So if you are 70 kilos, you multiply that by 30 and that gives you 2,100 calories. From there, what you're going to do is that you are going to reduce that number by 10%. So when you take away 10%, that's going to give you 1,890 calories that you need to be eating every single day in order to lose fat. So you get your body weight in kilograms, you multiply that by 30, and then you take away 10%, and that's going to give you your number. After that, you use MyFitnessPal, which is an app that allows you to enter in all the food you eat during the day and find out how many calories each food contains. The reason tracking calories is so important is because when you have a look at how much you're eating on a weekly basis, you're going to have the power to see what you're able to change and what you need to make different choices with. I'm not expecting you to track all of your food for the rest of your life, but having an understanding of how much you're putting into your body is essential for knowing where you are so you can plan where you're going. Try tracking your food for at least 4 to 8 weeks to see if your portion sizes and calories are matching up on MyFitnessPal. The type of intermittent fasting approach you plan to follow will determine how much you eat in the day. If you're following time-restricted eating, which is intermittent fasting 16-8, then you need to be aware that you're eating less than you burn every day. If you're following alternate day fasting or whole day fasting, then you can be more flexible because the days you're eating considerably less food, you're going to be able to put yourself in a calorie deficit quicker. These are options that I talk about in the start of the book. Bonus tips: eating more vegetables. A lot of people struggle to eat more vegetables. Some people give ridiculous excuses, such as not liking the taste. Right, so you're willing to make yourself sick and feel terrible day by day on a Friday night and a Saturday night, drinking vodka and tequila shots and eating greasy food, and then at the end of the night, but you're not willing to eat a few green vegetables? It's time to take a step back. Reconsider what your goals are and how you're going to take care of your body. You are not a child anymore. You have to learn to eat loads of vegetables if you want a thriving, healthy body. They provide you with energy and help you stay fuller for longer, which is why they're so important. There are hundreds of different types of vegetables out there, and you can't use the excuse that you don't like the taste of vegetables because you haven't tasted them all yet, and until you taste them all, you can't use that excuse. When I talk about vegetables, I'm not just talking about broccoli or green beans. There's tomatoes, cauliflower, eggplant, cucumber, Brussels sprouts, mushrooms, sweet potato, carrot, pumpkin, artichokes, asparagus, and so many other different options out there for you to try, and you're going to find some that you're going to like. Set a goal to try one new vegetable every week until you find some that you like and then add them to your diet. Every night before you go to bed, cut up 5 different types of vegetables, throw them in a container for the next day, and you're good to go. When you buy frozen vegetables, leave some in a freezer at work, so that way you can just pop them in the microwave whenever you need them. Whenever you have them as an option there, you're going to have 1 or 2, and that's going to be fine. You just want to add a little bit more. Every morning when I break my fast with a smoothie, I make sure to chock it full of nutrients, and I fill that bad boy up with some vegetables. I throw in a handful of vegetables, a scoop of protein powder, 1 piece of fruit, and you've given yourself some much needed fiber and nutrients. And then I've got a quick example that you can have in there with just some spinach or some celery to start off with. Once you blend it together, you're going to have the protein powder, and you're not going to even notice it, which is the best part because the protein powder masks the steps. No one, including me, wants to consume something that's gross. And that's why I want my protein shake to taste amazing, which is why I use the protein powder. So I've actually created 10 smoothie recipes that you can get when you download the book, when you buy the book, that are going to help you, give you some ideas. So your action steps. Brainstorm how you can turn your treat meals into your cheat meals. For example, eating out at a nice restaurant instead of eating McDonald's, or eating half a pizza instead of a whole pizza. Number 2, write down the days and plan when you're going to have your treat meals, and then start tracking them. Make sure they fit into your goals of your calorie deficit. Number 3 is to determine if you make a mistake or if you overeat too much, what are you going to do to get back on track? Number 4 is to make sure that you are using your MyFitnessPal and you're in a calorie deficit day in and day out. So, and that is the chapter from how to get more vegetables into your diet. It's very, very simple. Sorry, that was the chapter of what to eat, chapter number 4. Hope you guys like it. You should really pick up the book because it's got a lot of awesome information in there, and I'm going to give you the free first chapter. So all you have to do is click on the link below to get your free first chapter. Cool? Speak to you soon. If you want to download your free copy of Ditch the Diet, all you have to do is go to www.tysonbrown.com.au/ditch the diet, and you can download your free copy before it comes out. So head over there right now to get your free copy, and don't forget, you can go on the running to get a free one. All you have to do is share this podcast on your Instagram and tag @Tyson the Trainer, and you'll get in the running for the giveaway. Alright, speak to you next time.